Let me pull up this tweet from former disinformation czar Nina Jankowicz. She tweeted in a longer thread about a piece that she had previously published. In one of her tweets, in the thread, she says, since this piece was published in summer 2020, the spread and effects of disinformation on American society have only worsened and become entrenched in domestic politics, as the last few weeks of my life have shown. This is the type of work I had hoped to do at DHS, and the type of work the USG sorely needs to invest in. This is the type of work that I have built my career on, not a few contextless tweets, and this is the type of work I will continue in the public sphere. I said, disinformation specialist claims the U.S. Disinformation Board was to focus on domestic issues. A shocking admission. It really is. Now that she's outright saying, oh, all of this disinfo is in American politics, and that's what I wanted to focus my work on. She responded, I'd encourage you to read the paper. To me, she said, I'd encourage you to read the paper that I'm referencing, which is entirely focused on hostile state disinformation. She then responded to a few other people the same thing, saying, the thread you're citing, which you've removed the initial context to, is in reference to a paper about hostile state disinfo. You can disagree with my assessment that it affects domestic politics discourse, but the strategy described in the paper is the work I'm referring to. It's almost like she doesn't understand. I would assume she outright doesn't get it, or she's just lying. The issue is, there is no difference from what she claims to be Russian disinfo and typical American politics. She is someone who has tweeted out the Russian disinformation line uncritically without fact checking. When it turns out it was true, the Hunter Biden laptop story. She says, I was just quoting what the president said. Yes, you were pushing out disinformation without fact checking, without any critical assessment, just repeating what the liar Joe Biden was saying about his son and the illicit deals they were doing. If you did any amount of work, you would have seen that there are illicit dealings from Hunter Biden with Burisma in Ukraine and China. You would know about Joe Biden flying his son in Air Force Two into China for private equity deals. But she's done no research on any of this, blindly pushes lies, and then says, I want to work on these issues affecting domestic politics, but that's out of context when you say my work would have involved domestic politics. If she thinks the Hunter Biden laptop story was misinformation or disinformation, if she was unwilling to actually look into what that was as an expert on it, she absolutely was going to be interfering with First Amendment issues. She doesn't get it. These are children who have no experience, who are not experts, who just think they're smarter than you being given government jobs. Hey, that sounds like government in its entirety, doesn't it?
I don't know, Tim. I think she did some research. She asked Joe Biden if he did anything wrong. His administration said no. So there you go.
That's
Mostly
right.
false.
Yeah.
Well, okay then. I stand corrected, Seamus.
Yeah.
You know, she said that it was a bunch of state disinformation. I think she specified it's a lot of corporate disinformation, too. We really got to focus on the corporations trying to take over the world right now.
She said the Hunter Biden laptop story, what did she say? It was a Trump campaign product?
I believe so, yeah.
She's full of it. Yeah. It's what she does. She lies. She entrenches herself in domestic politics and says, I want to focus on this, but you've removed context. This is the problem with these people. Now, of course, respect for her responding at all. I invite her on the show, but she said she's unavailable. She's about to have a child, I guess.
Very busy, yes.
All right, well,
Congratulations to you.
Yeah, I mean, that's a legitimate response as to why you can't come on the show. I'm not going to. A lot of people are like, she's scared. She'll never come on. She's going to have a kid. I mean,
Might be busy. Yeah.
That's an acceptable answer. I mean, honestly, I don't think she's lying about being pregnant or anything like that. But
well, we don't have a disinformation board to investigate it. So without
right.
that, we can never know if she's pregnant or not.
Yeah.
True.
yes.
What really